Happy wife, happy life.
You think this is normal? You work all day and then hide out here instead of being inside.
I just want 10 minutes of peace.
Unbelievable.
I'm sitting here sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car. Really? 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 Seriously? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Before we get into the video, it was brought to my attention after I filmed this that apparently this couple performs pranks. It is my understanding now that this was all a charade, okay? The prank is on us. However, I do know that this is real for a lot of people. So while my commentary is going to be on this skit, it applies to those real life situations where you have a spouse or even the children that do not want to come home because the home is not a place of peace. So while my commentary is going to be on this skit, the commentary still stands for those real life situations that truly do emulate what is shown in this skit. Hey y'all, I just wanted to pop in here and have this conversation about this phenomena of men not wanting to go home, of men not wanting to be in the same space as their wives. This really does hit home for me because I've always thought to myself, if I were ever married or in a very long-term committed relationship, I would never want my spouse, my partner, my lover, whichever word you want to use, I would never want them to dread coming home. And this is a conversation me and Justin have had because it is literally one of my worst nightmares to be living, playing house, and then I walk outside and my man is just sitting there in the car, not on a phone call, not just vibing out because he's just vibing out in the car. No, he just doesn't want to go inside and he's working up the courage to come inside. I feel like if that were to happen, that means I've failed as a wife. That means I have failed as a life partner. That means I have failed my relationship because I know that feeling of not wanting to go inside. I know that feeling of wanting to sit in the car and just decompress before you go inside of a house and experience a bunch of nagging, a bunch of nonsense. I know the feeling, and I would never want to give that feeling to my spouse. You have these two situations. In the first one, this man is in the garage just chilling, and the wife comes yelling, "Why aren't you in the house? Why did you just sit out here? You've been home for this much time." And I'm just like, broad, are you self-aware at all? You behaving this way is the very reason that man don't want to go in the house. Always yelling, always nagging. Who wants to go to a place that is supposed to be your home, supposed to be your safe space, and be met with yelling and nagging and screaming? And when you do try to get that peace, guess what you're given? More yelling, more nagging, more screaming. You can't figure out why that man don't want to be in the house. And then not only that, you're recording it. I'm so sick of these broads recording their husbands or these husbands recording their broads. Like, what are we talking about here? Why are you whipping out the phone? That alone lets me know you're putting this man through hell. Recording every little thing that he does, recording him so you could put him on the internet. The fact that you're putting this man on the internet, the fact that we even saw this, lets me know that you are making life a living hell for that man. We have this misconception that men have it so easy. They paint this picture, the feminists, the leftover women. They paint this picture of men in marriages as just having the best life possible. Oh my God, they have a slave of a wife who does everything. That really just shows that you have no empathy. These same broads love to say that they're empaths, but they're really not. Because if you were truly an empath, then you would be able to see the grass isn't always greener on the men's side of the street, because a lot of men are struggling with depression, and it's been that way for a very long time. Heavy lies the masculine crown, because look, if things hit the fan, Who are they going to blame? If finances aren't in order, who are they blaming? If the wife and the children are put out, who are they blaming? And guess what? Who's blaming himself? The man. More times than not, if your man is worth a damn, if things are not going well, he is already in his own head trying to figure out what to do. And then on top of that, he has to listen to you, cuss him out, scream at him, tell him things he already knows. And look, I'm not perfect. I struggle with that, telling someone things that they already know. I struggle with that too. But the last thing I want to do is be so unaware of myself that when I do it, I think I'm in the right. I think I'm doing something positive. It's not positive. You are not helping the situation by nagging somebody about something they already know. It's just insufferable behavior. And no one likes it when someone does that to them. These broads would fold if somebody was doing that to them. Men are not just living these sweet, cushy lives because their wives cook and clean. Like, clearly, the grass isn't always greener when it comes to the men versus the women in these relationships.
When you really think about it, the whole happy wife, happy life, it's just letting you know that the world is really okay with men being miserable. Because regardless of if the man is happy or not, that household is still usually just gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Now we understand if the wife is happy, then it's more peaceful and all that stuff. But at the same time, there is really no concern with whatever the man is going through, because the man knows whatever he's going through, he has to get his ass up and do it, and put a smile on his face and act like everything is okay. And even when this man was trying to get a little hour of sleep, it was a problem.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car? Is your life like that difficult? Why don't you come inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it. I just need to rest.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Even just her asking that question, I want you to listen to the tone. It's not that she actually cares if he's struggling. It's not that she really cares if his life is so bad. No, this is a dismissive tactic. She's saying that to be dismissive to his needs, to be dismissive to his emotional state. Is your life really that bad? Is that really that bad? That is a sad thing to do to somebody, especially when they're clearly going through something where they don't even want to go in the house. And if you were wondering why he doesn't want to go in the house, I mean, if you are socially aware, then you already know. Just like I already know. He don't want to be in that house because of yo ass. He can't rest in the house because of yo ass. Hell, I can't even rest during this video because of yo ass. And this last ditch effort, can I bring you anything? Can I bring you anything? Because deep down inside, she knows she's dead wrong. She knows she's dead wrong. And not only that, I wouldn't be surprised if she's saying that because she knows she's filming and she wants to put it on the internet and she wants to look like she's a catering wife. Oh, look, I asked him if he needs anything, even though he's abandoning me, even though he sits in his car for hours and doesn't let me know. Oh my God, his life is so hard. But look, I asked him if he needed anything. I was gonna bring him something. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a manipulation tactic because she knew she was gonna post this on the internet and she wanted it to look a certain way. I would not be surprised. A lot of people are that manipulative. If you're thinking to yourself, why would somebody think? People would think to do that because people are manipulative and they know if I say certain things, people are gonna be on my side. But luckily, the comment section were eating her up. Broads and men alike. We were all eating her ass up because what the actual hell? Can I bring you something? You can get the hell out of his face. That's what you could do. You can get a clue and learn how to be a good life partner. Learn how to be somebody that he wants to come home to. And that's the part. When I think about this, I always imagine when I get married, when I get my man, that I will create a home where he wants to come home. Not even just my man, my children. I want to create an environment where my family wants to be at home. Not saying that they want to, have agoraphobia or something, but no, they see home as a place of peace, as a place of happiness. And that doesn't mean that we're always going to be happy every single time. No, but they'll know that this is a place where you can come decompress and mama isn't going to be nagging you the whole night. Mama isn't going to be yelling at you the whole night. Mama isn't going to be, well, why didn't you do this? I told you so. I don't want to be that broad. I'm sorry. I do not want to be around somebody that's like that, and I don't want to be somebody that's like that. The fact that your men are begging for peace and peace is not being around you for them, is a red flag. It is an absolute red flag. And then these same broads will be like, oh my God, he cheated on me and I have no idea why. And I'm not saying that cheating is justifiable. I'm just saying these are the things that lead up to it. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes it's the straight up negligence of your man that leads up to cheating. Now, him as a man, he should know better. He should know to leave the relationship before he pursues somebody else. So that's still accountability on him if he cheats. But if you drove that man out the house and he couldn't find peace in his own home, understand you are not some victim either.
You keep quiet.
Come inside, baby.
No.
Come on.
No. Just close the door, please. Just close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
No.
The fact that this man said no at the very idea of you sitting next to him, it's not the house, sis, it's you. He don't want to be next to you. And the fact that you're trying to force your presence on him lets me know exactly how antagonistic you are in that house. He's begging for some time alone. And you're just like, no, I'm gonna come sit next to you. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, just completely disrespectful of his wishes. And that just lets me know you overstep his boundaries every chance you get because it's about you. It's not about him. You're trying to make it seem like I was worried about you. It's about you. No, it's about you, broad. It's all about you and how you feel.
Did you just lock the door? Open the door. Open the door.
The fact that he had to lock the door to keep you out after he told you no, you were gonna just force yourself into that car, into that man's space after he told you no. That lets me know that these broads don't respect boundaries. But these will be the same broads getting on here talking about my boundaries, but they don't respect anybody else's boundaries. This is actually very sick. And the fact that she posted this on the internet lets you know how delusional this broad is. You recorded this, probably watched it over, and you thought to yourself, yes, the internet will agree with me. No, the hell we won't. There might be some delusional broads who behave just like you that will kiki and say, yeah, sis, you should leave him, sis. Da-da-da-da. No, he should leave you. He should absolutely leave you. I'm sorry. Who wants to live in that type of hell where you have to work your ass off for a broad that can't respect you enough to give you some time alone? The grass is not always greener. Everyone wants to make it seem like men are just living their best lives being married at their wives' expense, but it's not always the case. Sometimes you have a situation where the wife is just do-do-do-do-do, and then the man is miserable, or the man is do-do-do-do-do, and the wife is miserable, or maybe they're both miserable. But to have this blanket statement of, yeah, the wife is the one struggling, slavery for the wife. Some men might argue that it's slavery for them, trying to keep a broad happy because it's cheaper to keep her.
Apparently, Joe Budden's podcast and the ex-football players, The Pivot, I believe it's called, they decided that they were going to discuss my video with my relationship. My man don't have social media, so he would have never seen the video that I posted of him sitting in the car and me trying to figure out why he ain't come in the house. But guess what he does watch? He watches those goddamn podcasts. So then he hears them talking about the whole scenario of what we were doing, what we were going through. And guess what he's doing now? He's packing his shit to leave because these grown men wanted to come and talk about my relationship off of a video that's 1 minute long. You guys don't know what happens in my house, okay? I posted that to give the two sides to the story. There's two sides, okay? It's not about a woman who nags her man and he can't come in. It's also the side about the woman who works her ass off, okay? And just want to be supported. So thank you. Okay, thank you for going on your podcast and discussing my relationship and ending it. Because that's what's happening now. He's packing his stuff and he's leaving because he's embarrassed and he's humiliated and he's getting this from his friends and all these different people are like, yo, ain't this you, ain't this you, ain't this you? Off of your podcast. So I hope you're happy about what you've done because you've ruined my relationship.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. No accountability. You're saying that the podcast ruined your relationship? Broad, you're talking about, well, he wasn't going to see it anyways. This is the idea that, well, if they don't know that this is happening, that it's not a problem. If he never found out that you embarrassed him and put him on the internet, then it wouldn't have been a problem. But because he found out, it's a problem. See, this type of logic, it does not hold water. What if he was cheating on you and you never found out? So now it's not a problem that that he was cheating because you just didn't find out? Oh, well, somebody told you he was cheating. Oh my God, you ruined my marriage. You told my wife that I was cheating on her. You see how silly that sounds? You are the one who pulled out the camera and posted this man on the internet. You're the one who did this. You're the one who's insufferable, but you want to blame the podcast for ruining your marriage? They wouldn't have had anything to so-called ruin if you hadn't posted on the internet. Better yet, if you had created a home where your man wanted to actually be in that home, guess what? You'd have a marriage. Nobody's guessing as to why your man don't want to be with you no more. We're all clapping. And honestly, I didn't know that he had left, but good for him. Good for him for leaving your insufferable ass. And hopefully he can find a woman that actually wants to be a good woman to him. I wanted to post two sides of the story. How are you posting two sides of the story if your man's not on social media? You make it seem like he was posting about how his wife don't do this and his wife don't do that, and you had to clap back on the internet for some reason. No, you just said, you told us he's not on social media. So what do you mean two sides of the story? A story you constructed and put on the internet? What do you mean two sides of the story? Girl, get an effing clue.
What other keys can you brothers help the men out there with adapting and getting ready for such an adjustment?
Just get your own space, brothers. That's all.
Yeah.
Just carve your
All
own
right,
space.
That's Mark. What about you, Ish? What advice you got for these brothers?
I'll second it.
All right, he seconded Mark. He seconded Mark. Freeze, how about you, man?
Third it.
Third.
And you know what? They are absolutely right. Why should anyone feel miserable in their own home? He has every right to get his own space. If you created a house that makes this man miserable, would you want to be in a miserable house? Would you want to be subjected to a miserable house? No. As quickly as these broads leave their husbands because they're unhappy, that man has every right to go find some peace somewhere else.
His old lady probably tired too. Yeah. Right? She in the house with the kids. She working off of maybe less sleep or as much sleep. She would probably like to sit outside as well and not have to deal with folks, but she ain't. And part of what she said too was like, she's like, do you need me to bring you something? Mm-hmm. So even in her feeling like you sleeping outside in the car, outside the house is somewhat disrespectful. I don't understand it. In that moment, she was able to pull back and say, but do you need it?
And like I said, that was a manipulation tactic because she knew she was going to post this on the internet. She's trying to play on the idea that I'm this devoting wife and I do all this for my husband. He just doesn't want to come inside. That's what she's doing. But look at the rest of the behavior. Oh, I'm going to sit next to you. You lock the door. Even just the way she approached him was with anger. You mean to tell me that you're so concerned about this man, but the moment you see him sitting in the car, sleeping in the car, you wake him up with anger. You wake him up with all this aggression. That's not, oh, I'm worried about you. Oh my God, I'm so worried about you. Ladies, if you are in a relationship with a man and he don't want to come inside, that is your cue to self-reflect. That is your cue to figure out, okay, what about this home is uninviting? What about this house is not a home? Actually, let's fix the vocabulary. What about this house keeps it from being a home? Because home is where the heart is. And if the heart don't want to go inside that said home, that means that is a house. Ain't no damn home. Do some self-reflection. Really ask yourself, would I want to be around me? Would you want to be around somebody like you who speaks the way you do to your husband? Would you want to be around you? And if the answer is no, then you got to fix that. You got to work on yourself. You got to ask your partner, what is the problem? Please tell me and actually be open to the information. Because if you got a good man and he's sleeping out in the car, he don't want to come inside, then sis, you got some work to do to make your house a home. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed down to the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that function is available. Last but certainly not least, if you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.